How can you earn $1 million or more? That sounds too good to be true, but today I'm going to walk you through 3 concepts. If you stay and follow me to the end, then you will see how this can be possible for you. The first concept is putting aside $40,000 a year, which you can invest and it's going to grow to $1 million or more. And you can use that investment for yourself or your family in case you retire or you're not able to do what you used to do. Secondly, is putting this money in a non-taxed account so that it grows tax-free. And third point is understanding the power of compounding. Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Chafak, and welcome to We Done. This information is a guide only, but you can use this in any country so long as you understand your financial system, you ask the right questions, and have the right people to direct and help you. If you have any question, please feel free to send me an email and I'll try as much as possible to answer them. Let's rehash the 3 main concepts that I need you to understand. The first one will be putting aside $40,000 a year. Now, it could be less, it could be more than $40,000 a year. It just depends on your situation, which I will explain in detail. If you're making already more than $100,000 a year and you do not have too many charges, you can put away $40,000. But if you're not making that much, now this will be for you. How or what can you do as a second job that should be able to generate you $40,000? Biggest challenge of saving an extra $40,000 comes from the tax. Uncle Sam has to take a big portion of whatever you earn depending on your tax bracket. Putting aside $40,000 a year can be challenging. Uncle Sam is always there. Most of the time, the money we make from a regular job will be used to pay our bills. And at the end, very little is left for saving. All of this drain into how much you can save. We can try to reduce how much we spend and hence increase our saving. For example, reduce our shopping habits. Only buy the things you really need. Paying some of your credit bills so that the interest does not keep accumulating, which weighs a lot on how much we can save. There is also good and bad credit. You can start learning how to build a good credit, and you can run away from the huge credit card interest that the bank gives you, which at times is like 16 to 26%. You want to run away from those. So reducing your expenditure can help you save some money that you can invest in an account that's going to grow at a compound interest. You can cut down your expenses and only buy the things that you need. You can build good credit. And you should run away from credit card debt interest, which at times goes from 16 to 26%. You might not know, but this drains a lot of money out of your savings. Now, if you can comfortably put aside $40,000 every year, then this is not for you. But if you cannot put aside this much amount of money, then you want to start thinking of having a second job. This should not be a job where you work yourself out and you burn out and tired, or something where you work 10 times more or 10 times harder. Driving as an Uber driver, working as a retail associate, more or less, will not give you this amount of money. You have to start thinking of something that allows you to multiply yourself. If you can multiply yourself, then you can maximize the use of your time and space. If you maximize your time, then you can be present to the people that need you at any time. And if you understand how to use your space, then you're not limited by a physical barrier to do a job. A good example is Zoom. And you have all seen how workers and students are now communicating without necessarily being in a working environment or in a classroom. By the end of this video, if you decide to pick a new trade, make sure it's something where you can multiply your services in more people's life And if you do that, then you will become a master of time and space. We are now in a digital economy. And if you've never heard about this, then you want to Google what that means. A lot of businesses and transactions are moving online like never seen before. How can you take advantage of this? How can you multiply this God-given talent in people's life online? Back in 2018, I worked as a pharmacist intern at the VA. And I used telemedicine to counsel a lot of my patients. What we used back then was Skype and not Zoom because there was no COVID. But right there and then, I knew telemedicine was going to be huge, which was one of the reasons that I wanted to do pharmacy informatics, so that I can be at many places while sitting in an office or in the house like right now. My patients did not have to move long distances for an appointment, which at times they are faced with traffic challenges, risks of an accident, even to get someone to bring them to the hospital and back. Before then, we lost a lot of appointments because patients could not make it. We lost an opportunity to improve someone's life, and we had to reschedule them for another day. But with telemedicine, through Skype back then, a lot of these patients came to the appointment and we could look at their treatment, management, and we could encourage them to continue or provide something better. So just think about this. How many times have you missed an appointment because of traffic? It could be a doctor's appointment, it could be a job employment appointment, it could even be a class appointment. And how tedious it was for you to go back and reschedule another appointment. I hope you're seeing how I'm using the internet to serve people. As a life insurance producer, I sit right here and I talk to so many different people and I tell them the best way that they can invest in their life insurance based on their specific, unique condition in a way that it brings them maximum returns that they can use when they cannot work anymore or their family can use. You see, I use the same patient-specific treatment to provide the same service. You see what I'm doing here? Because different patients have different treatment and different follow-ups because we're different. So too do different people need different life insurance policies. And I'm able to do all of that while sitting right here. I'm able to impact family positively. We have all, in one way or the other, have been affected or infected by the COVID. And I think more people will be infected by the COVID. But the question is, what do you have planned? What is your backup strategy in case something should happen to you and you can't work as you used to? What do you have that can guarantee a safe net and blanket for you and your family? COVID-19 is not the first pandemic and will definitely not be the last. Unfortunately, as long as we continue to be in contact with animals, be it wild or domestic animals, we will still be exposed to the vast reservoirs of diseases that they have that we do not even know of yet. Talking of businesses, what kind of business you should not go into and what kind of business you should start thinking about. The first one not to go into would be rental office building, because more and more people will be staying in the house and will work from home. There will be a decreased need for a rental office space. The second will be the sales of cars. With the coming of robot taxis, the need for cars is going to reduce. Most of the time, we use our cars just 20%. You drive it to work or to school or for shopping or for a visit. But if not, the rest of the time, the car is just packed outside. So what I'm saying by this is, with robot taxis, your car will be going out there and working for you. So the need to buy a car is really going to drop. The effect that Uber and Lyft provided where people could travel around just with their phone without worrying is going to be minimum to the effect that robotaxi is going to cause. Now, this is not the topic for today. I'll give you an example of other disruptive businesses. Netflix is eating Hollywood's lunch. YouTube, Facebook have taken over social media. Airbnb is challenging the hotel business, and Zoom is taking away a lot of meetings that people had to travel, pay flight, pay hotel, and attend. It's all going on Zoom and other similar platforms. What talents do you have? What are you good at? What can you learn to catch up with this growing digital economy? Are you good in cinematography? So do you know how to take good pictures? Can you make videos? Are you good in website building, advertisement? Advertisement is going to be huge. Instead of paying advertisement firm, people like you and myself will be able to do advertisement and run them on Facebook ad or Google ad. Social media marketing, promotion, referral, bonuses, that's a big one. You should start looking at that. Coaching, there are so many things you can coach on. And with that also is based on mentoring. Dietitian, nutrition, sport, there are a lot of experienced people, especially the baby boomers that have so much experience to share. Can you contact some of them and write their story? And both of you can share the profits. It's not too late to learn a new skill. Don't think your time is done. This is just the beginning of the digital economy. So it's not too late to learn anything new if you do not have one. There are just so many free courses online, Udemy, Audacity, that will give you a foundation on anything you want to learn at very, very cheap prices. Think about this. If you are not able to get something that will pay you enough for the next 5 to 10 years from now, then you have a lot of time to think about why you didn't take action now. So don't be scared of making mistakes. Don't be scared of being criticized. Those are all the foundations. I bet you most people that have succeeded have been through the same path and they're doing very well now. This is where your mentor comes in. He or she knows your value. They know your strength. They know your weakness. They have been through what you have been through. And they can help you through that path. Or they understand you better than anyone. Who can be your mentor? It could be anyone. Anyone that brings value into your life. It could be your spouse, a colleague, a friend, a family member. It could be someone on the internet that you just found that is saying the things that you're trying to do. So you have no excuse say you cannot find a mentor, because there's always someone around there waiting for you to ask the right questions. I've approached so many mentors, and what is so strange is that they want to share. They have so much to talk about, get a catalyst that can ignite you so they can start running the marathon. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Look at this video that I made on how you can achieve exponential growth. And I talked a lot about the importance of having a mentor. You can look at that just to help you boost your morale and know how to get the right person for you. After everything, be humble and ask questions. So there are many programs that you can learn and that will give you the skills to work from home. I've just listed a few. Those are the ones that just came off memory. But there are way more than that. If you're able to find something that you work from home, it makes life even better. You get to spend more time with your kids, especially now that the children are being homeschooled and they have to work on the tablet or computer. You can assist them do this activity. Find someone that definitely needs your skill. I have a background in life sciences, biochemistry, and molecular biology especially, and this allows me to read a research paper or journal, and I can pick out if it's a good article or not. Then with that knowledge, I can use that to talk to my patient and provide them the best clinical advice based on what I've read about a research project or a medication. With my background in pharmacy and now in finance, I can provide the best disease and drug management to my patients and my clients. And I can reach so many people through telemedicine and also via Zoom calls. This is my own way of giving back to my community all the things I've learned so far. So you can do the same. Learn something, learn a new skill and impact your community. And if you're being paid to do that, why not? With this example, there's actually no reasons for you to say you have no time. We all have time. Just how we manage our time that differ. Now you have found the job you want to do. You're convinced this is it. You learn the skills if you do not have one already, and you get employed. You work from home, it's a part-time, and you multiply yourself. You become fast and more productive and more efficient with this job, and you're making money. You're ready to save aside something in case of retirement or when you can work. How do you put aside that extra at least 40,000 for you or your family in case of rainy days? How do you choose which plan is the best? You want to look for something that is going to reduce the amount of money that you're going to pay because of taxes. Something you can have access to when you need it, and you don't have to pay huge fine because there's a predetermined date, or if you do not take that money after a certain number of years, you get penalized. This is nowhere close to your saving account in the bank. Saving an account in a bank will not be able to generate you enough interest that you can live on. Have an account that can generate you some interest that you can live on that interest. Did you know that JP Morgan, the Rockefellers, McDonald's, Destiny were all at one point able to be who they are today because of the money they had in their life insurance? Life insurance is big. Contact us if you have to, and my associate and I will try as much as possible to give you the best plan for you and your family. Thanks for staying to the end of this video. Again, a recap of the 3 main points. How can you put aside $40,000? If you earn $100,000 or more, that should be easy based on your financial and family situation. If not, you need to get a second job. This is a digital economy. There are going to be more opportunities than before. Everyone can grab a piece of this pie. 2 is putting that money in a portfolio that is not taxed. And 3 is allowing that money to grow at a compound interest. If you are a good investor, you can achieve financial freedom and make $1 million or more. So go and explore your God-given talent. Not only that, you can retire early and have the life you want. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.